Oh my god.
Screenshot that.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck. Someone brought Cheerios to the club. There's literally a woman in the club with a box of Cheerios.
God damn.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
it's not even like a
Jesus
regular
Christ.
box. It's one of those family-sized boxes. That joint is supposed to last your family like half the month.
What is, what is the white people club? Holy shit, it's a whole new world.
And they go out for breakfast or something. Well, that's
Holy shit.
Let me post that somewhere. I'm gonna put it in safe work shit posts.
Oof.
You do that.
Put that shit in Museum of Art, man. That's fucking art in and of itself. Holy shit.
Can't wait to see this shit.
Alright, and there you go.
Check.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is James laughing at?
The
Fucking
thing we
large.
were looking at.
Safe for work ship post.
Yeah, just put it there.
Oh man, should I blow her up on the stream? I feel like I should.
Streaming already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, don't even bother.
No?
But you can attack her later. I want Stewie to see that.
All right. Can we all agree to start calling Solange Captain Ginyu?
No, because I like Captain Ginyu a lot. He's as goofy as he is.
Damn.
All right. Well, let's call her fucking who's the little green guy?
Goldo.
Goldo. Let's call her. Can we call her Goldo?
Yeah, that's good.
We'll workshop that
Goldo's
later.
All right. We'll workshop it. All right. In that case, hey everybody, welcome to the DADCast. I'm your host James. Today we got Claude and George both here today. So no matter who I'm talking to, I'll never have to make a mistake. It'll be perfect. I'll never be able to confuse them if they're the only ones here.
It's actually, you do that all the time though.
Super.
You'll
you
respond to
literally
me, but
just
then
did
call
it.
me George.
Look, George, it's fine.
It's actually not bad. I'm gonna give you props for that one. There's no way for us to misconstrue that one.
Thank you, Claude. Okay.
He had to say his name just to not seem like a racist.
But then again, we don't know, because it's like a coin flip. He's like Two-Faced with this shit. He's like, alright, am I gonna get it right or wrong? You got a 50-50 chance.
Oh god, if any other minorities enter the room though, that chance gets taken down to like 33%. Like, that's how I made that George Lewis mistake just a minute ago. I had a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. But hey everybody, welcome to the DADCast. So we're gonna start off the podcast with some big news today. Somebody we're all very fond and close with as of late has recently started suing his parent company. Papa John's is suing Papa John's over the controversy about what he said during the conference call. Claude, as a white man, what is your opinion? Do you think Papa John has any what's the word? Any chance of winning?
I don't know what you expected from me here.
I don't know, man. Who's gonna win, Papa John or Papa John? This is the most
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. This is the most mere match shit you could ever get.
Man, y'all out there, all two of y'all listening, don't support Papa John. Be like Little Caesars. Yeah, their pizza shit. The guy actually paid for Rosa Parks's living expenses while she was alive for a whole decade.
That's really good. Also, I like Papa John's.
Fuck Papa John.
I like not Papa John's. I like Little Caesars is what I meant to say.
I don't. Like, cause it said the whole $5 like hot and ready. Like, if it just comes out the oven, cool. If it's like we left it in like that little heating area, I'm like, man, that doesn't taste great.
I'll be honest.
Like, my go-to is if there's a local New York pizza thing.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's not actual New York pizza, that and like deep dish. Those are the two things to get me.
I'm not big on deep dish, but I love the giant New York sized pizzas.
I like the cube. When they cut them into like big thick cubes. I like those.
I have to be in the mood.
If y'all know Jet's Pizza.
Yeah. Whose?
Jet's Pizza? Y'all ever heard of that place?
No, it's for.
I live in Mount
Oh
Dora,
man,
dude.
it's so fucking good. What?
I said I live in Mount Dora. I've never heard of that shit.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't know
Well,
there's one out there.
Yeah, it like I know it from like other places like when in New York and like Atlanta and stuff, but I think they have like a couple here. Like if you're ever near Jet's Pizza, try it out. It has the George stamp of approval.
Man. I'll be honest. I like lukewarm pizza, not cold pizza. Lukewarm pizza specifically. I don't know. It's got like, cause it's all right. Here's James's fucking pizza warmth tier list. So you've got hot and ready pizza. That's always the best. Then you have lukewarm pizza, and then you have microwave pizza, and then you have cold pizza.
I'm gonna put microwave pizza above lukewarm pizza.
I mean, I disagree, but I respect that, you know, because like lukewarm pizza, you know, it's a particular taste, and you know, not everybody's into it. But you know, I don't know, something about microwave pizza, it kind of just loses the appeal to me. Something about it.
I rather oven. Yeah, I don't even
Yeah,
like.
I know oven. He's right.
Yeah, I just put that shit in the oven. Fuck a microwave.
I've never oven heated a pizza, like an old pizza, ever.
Man, it's fucking life.
Is
You have
it?
to have patience for that.
Yeah, I don't have that shit. I mean,
Can
If
we
you
like
eat
take
cold-
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you eat cold pizza, get out of my house. Don't talk to me on my birthday. You fucking mutant.
don't shake their hands. Don't shake their hands. Don't look at them. Don't even breathe the same air as people who eat cold pizza. I had a cousin.
And then you just hear the door slam out of his house, and he looks outside, and his sister is walking into the distance.
No, not my sister. My cousin. My cousin Kylie. Fucking.
I meant Claude, but okay.
Okay. Oh. But I have a cousin Kylie, and when my other cousin I found out she ate cold pizza, we'd never let her forget, and we made fun of her constantly. She's dead now. She killed herself, but you know, I'm sure that's unrelated.
Holy shit.
I'm kidding.
All right,
I'm
happy
kidding.
times with James. All right, cool.
Kidding.
In other news,
We have some fan questions.
Oh, I fucking forgot we were doing a podcast for a second. I thought we were just talking about pizza.
hold up. I just need to say something real quick.
What's up?
So you guys know Tekashi 69, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
aware.
apparently he's going to a club. He's going to a club in Florida. The whole event is a 13 and up event.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then you hear James typing vigorously to find out where this event is.
No, I'm sorry. Lewis is watching and he says we have a nice stream, so I was like, oh, nice. But we have some fan questions today. We've got 4 fan questions, and I'd like to say, if you'd like to send your emails to us, send us an email at officialdadcast@gmail.com. What's that email, George? The
Wait,
real
what?
George. What's our email, George?
Fucking dadcast at
Wrong.
officialdadcast.gmail.com.
Dadcast@officialdadcast@tv.com. No, it's
I'm
official.
gonna say the real thing one more time.
Yeah, it's officialdadcast@gmail.com. You can you can find us our Twitter at officialdadcast, twitch.tv/dadcastofficial. We're on iTunes if you search Dadcast, and we're on Podbean at weeklydadcast.podbean.com. Thank you for sharing if you choose to do so. But let's get back.
This is on the pre-roll.
Well, it is, but I actually in the stream right now. The pre-roll is playing, in like a in like a little window, but it's muted. But all the text is still there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have some fan questions today, and our first question today comes from Joshua. Mike, and I'm just gonna quote his question because it's a little long-winded. My question is this: should Hollywood stop trying to make video game movies and just switch to making them into TV shows? Also,
This is your question for you, James?
No, this is a question from Joshua. This is addressed to all of us.
Okay.
Yeah, none of these questions are addressed to anybody specifically. Just.
Have I got an answer? Okay, y'all go first.
All right. Well, hold on. I'm not done.
You said it was long-winded.
It is. I'm not done. You interrupted. So, should Hollywood stop trying to make video game movies and just switch to making them into TV shows? Also, just picking better games to turn into live action in general. The Rock was like, Rampage didn't suck, but why did they make it in the first place? If Hollywood really wants to make money out of video games, shouldn't they be making a TV series for things like The Last of Us, God of War, or even a game like Bethesda's Wolfenstein? Also, appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you do. Keep kicking butt. Thanks, Joshua.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, James. I mean, Joshua. What?
Wow.
What the fuck was that? This nigga eating Fritos? What was that?
No, I wasn't. I am not.
He's trying to get those witch fingers.
I feel like they're gonna go with
The answer is no. Hollywood will always try to make them into movies.
Yeah, anything that can make money, they will do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how bastardized it is. Cough, cough. Last Airbender, cough, cough. They'll do whatever they can to try and make money in some way. I wish they'd stop.
Yeah.
But as far as why I think TV shows or movies over TV shows is like, I don't know. Maybe is it more cost effective? Is it less of a commitment?
It can very well be.
Movies would be less of a commitment, I think.
Well, I just don't know how much like it costs to make a full season of a show, or to make.
Well, that kind of depends on who's making it and like all that other stuff and what the franchise is and all that. So
yeah.
It's a complex question. I don't even know how to answer that. Right.
If I had to guess, I'd say movies can be more formulaic than like in terms of like production, than like a TV show. Like a TV show, you have to like write per episode like stuff, and you have to decide if you want to have like a linear story or a non-linear story or like an episodic thing, or each episode is a different thing. And if you choose to go that route, that means that you need more actors potentially than necessarily if you had a movie. Movies have like a bunch of money that can be put into them, and they're lower risk than a TV show. Also, I think I think TV shows require more like licensing things because you need to actually discuss things with like television networks and all that stuff on how you're gonna air it. I think if we ever make that big switch into like online streaming over television, which I think will happen eventually, I think we'll maybe see more like video game based miniseries, because it'll be slightly easier if you're just doing it through an online streaming platform like Netflix or something than say like cable television. Like we saw that with Titans. Titans is only going to be on Warner Brothers' streaming service because they passed that idea around to different networks and nobody wanted to pick it up. So Warner Brothers invented a streaming service just so they could have Titans on it. Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was my answer.
All right. For me, I feel like it depends on the franchise and the movie. Like God of War, fuck that. I don't want no shitty ass fucking budget of $1 million for an episode where you might see a Greek god for like a half a second. I want full on epic, goddamn, like hundreds of millions of dollars put into the movie and it to be the full scale thing. And in addition to that, like I feel like more story based games like James and Claude said, Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn and Metal Gear Solid. They could also work as TV shows better than they could as movies. Yeah. And also on the flip side of that, we're not in the early stages of it because like video game movies have been around for like probably about 30 to 40. Yeah, about 30 years. We'll say 30 years. And like they're still pretty bad, but you can definitely see like we're past the point of House of the Deads and all that other shit, even though like UA Bowl is still trying to make movies, but that's besides. Like every medium that gets adapted always goes through that. Like before this, it was like comic books, and people were like, they should stop making comic book movies because you had your Supermans, right? But you also had your Superwomans, your Fantastic Fours, and all that other shit. Like there was like a version of Fantastic Four from like the 70s that's actual like garbage that no one. It was so bad that they didn't even release
Fantastic
it.
Four?
Huh?
You said Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like from like the 1980s. It was fucking.
There's
abysmal.
been 0 good Fantastic Four movies.
No, but it was. I think it was
yes,
a TV show. I believe it was a Fantastic Four TV show. Or no, it wasn't a movie. You're right.
The point is that was like the actual most garbage of all the Fantastic, but which is saying something. But yeah, I feel like they should keep trying because we are getting better and better with them, and eventually they are gonna.
George's prediction: there'll be a good Fantastic Four movie coming out soon.
Man, Marvel's gonna make it. It's gonna happen. They're gonna make it. Eventually.
What I think is going to happen is once we get into the period where we're getting actually good video game adaptation films, then we'll see TV shows. Because that's what happened with comic books. We had good comic book movies through the MCU and whatnot. I mean, we had
stuff before that. We had Smallville and shit.
I never watched Smallville. I didn't.
It was a hit.
Alright.
Was it? Okay.
I didn't watch it because I don't care about Superman, but it was successful.
Okay. We just.
Granted, it was like complete sacrilege to the source material because Doomsday showed up while Superman was still in high school. But
everyone had a fucking kryptonite. Everyone and their mothers. Like that shit was just common.
Fucking Cyborg and Green Arrow and everybody showed up in Smallville one day. It was weird.
We should probably move on because this is gonna be a really long podcast. If we don't move on because this is a good question, but it will cause like a 30-minute conversation.
Right, you're right. But thank you, Josh, for sending in your question. Second question is from Dara or Dara. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. So she asks, "What do you guys think of the Code Geass ending?"
I don't like Code Geass at all. I think Code Geass is fucking dumb. Mainly because I don't want to really spoil it for people, but like when it comes to like shows that like we need to push our plot along through convenience, depending on how they do it, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I think you've told this story I think you've told this story in DADCast before, but
season 0 or recent.
The story I was going to say is I think it was probably season 0, but I'll just shorten it for you. Man, it sure would be bad if everybody killed all of the Japanese. Wait.
Explicitly said I wasn't going to spoil anything.
It's fine. It's Code Geass. Like, how old is that?
I don't know, man. There's stuff that you're going to watch Escaflowne now. How old is that?
I don't know, but I also don't know anything about Escaflowne.
It came out in the 90s.
Got that Euro nose.
Yeah. As far as the ending, I mean, yeah, it's kind of left to like make you wonder, oh, did this really happen? There's a lot of fan theories and stuff out there, which I'm not a fan of fan theories, but like overall, I'm like, I mean, I guess I was happy with the fact that I wouldn't get any more Code Geass. That's how I feel.
Except
and then
I think
they said
you
they're
are
gonna make
getting
another
more.
season.
Yeah.
And then like years later, they dug it up from its grave and was like, no, more. And like, I think Skylar said it the best, but like Code Geass is cool if you're in high school.
Lewis did some fact checking for us. Escaflowne's first episode was released on April 2nd, 1996.
Okay,
Lewis out here with the Lewis out here, our official fact checker.
Basically, won't be on the DADCast, but we'll fact check.
I mean, there's a reason he
Good
won't
on you.
be.
You're
So.
my hero. Okay, but yeah, that's mine. I don't know. I think you said you haven't seen it. Was that right, George?
Yeah, I have not. I like started it, then I like didn't finish it.
It was interesting. It actually had, I won't lie, I'll shit on the show, but it did have some good moments. Well,
isn't like Lelouch one of the smartest anime characters of all time?
Lelouch? No. I mean, he's a good strategist, but I wouldn't call him one of the smartest characters of all time.
Okay. Well, I guess that goes under the banner of smart though, because to do strategy, you have to think like, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
I mean, fucking.
I mean, it's not light.
On a way higher tier.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not fucking light. I'm a gay. Come on.
Okay.
Like what?
Anyway.
Light. You never heard that shit in like middle school or high school? Like, haha, Light's last name is Yagami, and that spells I'm a gay backwards.
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I only heard it like maybe a year ago because I didn't care about Death Note.
Death Note's good.
Death Note's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
I know it is, but I just didn't care.
Damn.
Fair enough.
Who's out here not caring? Thank you, Dara, for sending in your question. Dara, sorry. Yeah, that's right. That's one of your friends, right?
That one was, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dara, for sending in your question. Third question comes in from Virginia. Okay. So Virginia asks, what is your favorite movie twist?
Movie twist?
Yep.
Fuck. That's hard. That's actually hard.
Yeah, I really need to think about that. I've seen so much shit.
So I guess real quick, I'll say spoilers for whatever movie we say.
yeah, probably, because that would lead into it.
I'm gonna go with so we all saw Hereditary, right?
Yeah.
All right. So spoilers for Hereditary, and it's kind of not quite played as a twist, but
it kind of is.
Yeah, the twist with with the cult and everything, that whole thing. My favorite part is the attic scene, like towards the very end.
Wait, no, I have my answer.
Okay,
keep going though.
Yeah. So basically, just you find out that this whole thing going on with like the spiritual aspect of the movie is a ritual in order to like possess the son in the film. But my favorite part of that realization is when you fucking find the grandmother's corpse in the fucking attic. That shit was scary.
Yeah.
That shit was horrifying.
Was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I was super spooked when he went up there and it's gonna go attack her and not attack him, and not even. I got even more spooked when it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got super spooked when she was like on the corner of the screen.
Yeah. God, that was the best. That was the best.
My answer, number one with a bullet, Fight Club.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a good twist.
Pretty good.
That's. Pretty good. I cannot think of I was like, what is it I like? What are some of my favorite movies that and I tried to run down what might have a twist, and then the whole Tyler Durden thing, the entire time, it was so cleverly thought out. Mm-hmm. I had to go back and watch it a second time. I was like, I thought his name was Jack, and he was just saying the whole time he was like, I am Jack's blank. He never once in the entire movie says his name until you get to the end. I'm like, that's pretty good.
That is. Mine would be, I guess, just because of the sheer balls to the wall, fucking craziness, the Prestige. Yeah. It turns out that he made clones of himself, and the other guy also had twins. So this whole time, he just literally defied all known sciences, just because the guy had a twin. That was great.
Just to be petty.
Just to be petty.
Prestige is a good fucking movie.
It is a good movie.
Thank you, Virginia.
And fuck Thomas Edison.
Yeah, fuck Thomas Edison. Long live the guy who was in love with a pigeon. That guy was hype.
Yes, I want my fucking clones, and I want them now.
Thank you, Virginia, for sending in your question. Last question for the day is from Todd. Todd asks, what is your favorite part of JoJo?
As in part or what part? A scene?
Favorite part. Arc, if you will. Season.
Only because I've seen only the anime is part 4 right now. Okay. That shit's great.
My favorite part so far is 5.
Part 2, then actually you want to just go from top to bottom? Just
tier list on the
shit, because I love JoJo.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
All right.
We'll go with the George. George is the shortest.
George is probably 4, 3, 2, 1.
So 1 is my least favorite. 3, because it started dragging so much that it's still very good and it's neck and neck with 2, but it just because it went for so long, that's why it's under 2. 2 was pretty good. And then Steel Ball Run strictly because of the the plot synopsis of it and all the craziness I've heard of it, and then part 4.
Gotcha. Good picks. Mine would have to be I'm going strictly with the ones that I've read, even though I do have personal things with the other ones I haven't read. So it's gonna be 5, 6, and this is from top to bottom. So 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 1.
I'm gonna put it. Two is my number one with a bullet. 2 is my favorite part.
Okay.
Mainly because like Joseph's such a likable protagonist, and he was caught in the favorite things I like in that is like, you know, which you don't really get too much in part 3 because he's just so fucking strong.
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, I'm not stronger than you. In fact, you outclass me like horrifically, but I'm way more clever than you could deal with. That's why that one's up there. After that, it would probably be part 5. I love a lot. Right behind part 5 is part 4. Then it would be 3, 6, and 1. Oh no, sorry, I didn't name 7. I missed 7. I'm gonna put 7 just ahead of part 4. So it'll be 2, 5, 7, 4, 3, 6, 1. And I'm not saying anything about part 8 because that's not done yet.
Gotcha. Have they revealed who the villain is yet for part 8?
I'm so far behind on part 8. I don't even know. I think Solange said they did, but I don't know.
I understand.
You are the villain. You the reader.
Yeah, how dare I continue to let JoJo prosper? Araki just wants a fucking break.
I can't wait till we get Justin Bieber songs in JoJo. It'll be great.
I mean, we already have Rihanna songs, so... Because there's California King Bed in there, in part 8.
It's her song?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Probably in the next part or whatever we'll get it.
Part 9, main character. Despacito. I want it.
All right.
Wow, really? Fine, fuck y'all. Hey, Claude, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Outside of work, because I've been doing a lot of bullshit for that. I've been burning through the Chio-chan manga. And I like it a lot. It's super entertaining. Hopefully I can finish it this week, because unlike anime where I have a massive list, manga it's a very short list. I'm gonna finish Chio-chan, probably finish the volume of Promised Neverland I have. I'm actually excited to start Dr. Stone next week. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that. I watched Ping Pong the animation. I know Skylar is super sad that he couldn't be here on this podcast because that's one of his favorites of all time. And I stopped and had to break down my top 10 list to see where it was. And I think Ping Pong is my number 5.
Damn.
It's so actually, you know what? Small discussion. What are your guys' top 5 anime all time?
Top 5? Fuck. Oh man.
That's tough because I haven't watched a shit ton of anime, but alright, I'm gonna go.
I watched at least 5. That makes it easier for you. I have a Rolodex, a lifetime of bullshit I've watched, good and bad. It was rough for me.
Evangelion for me is my number 1 all time. Number 2 is gonna be part 2's anime. And let's see. 3 is Monogatari, the series as a whole. And
really, is it that high up there for you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's I really appreciate its unique art direction, and its writing is clever and funny. And I like it despite how much fan service it actually has in it. I was looking at just GIFs of it to try and send some people to try and get them into it.
You were watching some GIFs?
Yes, and watching some GIFs, some GIFs. And yeah, I use both interchangeably. There's no reason to get this upset. And I was looking at it and was like, wow, that's actually a lot of these are fan service-y, stuff. Wow, I didn't actually realize how much there is in that. So it's kind of like upsetting how much it is, but it's a series of light novels, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I like the show.
Right,
I think it's great.
All right, next.
Number 4. Damn. Number 4 is going to be Death Note up to the point where L dies. I think that's a very thrilling story. And it's very
I mean, you have to, if you're ranking a show, you have to rank the whole show. You can't cut out bits and pieces.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's 2 seasons. So I like the first season of Death Note. And then number 5 is damn, I have not watched that much anime, have I? Oh god. Shit.
That's why I got on you about that. You're like, I watch shows. I'm like,
I've only watched good shows, is the thing, but it's hard to remember what shows I have actually watched. God. George, do you mind taking over while I try and remember my watch list?
All right. Well, 5 in no particular order. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, number 5 is Cowboy Bebop. Forgot.
Fucking all right, bitch.
Sorry.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, Devilman Crybaby, JoJo Part 4, Berserk, and Afro Samurai. The whole series plus the OVA.
Yeah, you just listed a bunch of anime I forgot existed. Let me go ahead and redo that. All right, so number 1 is
No.
Number 1 is Evangelion. Number 2 is Cowboy Bebop. Number 3 is Monogatari. Number 4 is the Berserk anime, and then number 5 is JoJo Part 2.
wait for them to be your favorites. You forget they existed.
Look.
Anyway, not letting James explain. Mine is Hunter x Hunter is my favorite. Ippo after that. Then JoJo, Cowboy Bebop, and then newly added is Ping Pong. Ping Pong actually took the place of Berserk.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, wow.
I'm not saying Ping Pong's better than Berserk. It's just like where Berserk anime was covered. That I really enjoy like the Golden Age arc, but that isn't the arc that makes me like Berserk. But I thought it was very well done. Ping Pong is very short.
Yeah, you're.
Well, Lost Children arc, yeah, that's my favorite. But like,
I was actually going to say that. I was actually going to say that. Is your favorite the Lost
Guts
Children
is the
arc?
coolest.
Yeah, that's not what I was going to imply though. I was going to imply that you like it because you get to cut down children. But
well, I mean, yeah,
Right,
little wasp children raping each other, whatever.
Adult attack.
Anyway.
Adult attack.
Yeah, that was fucking rough. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I figure we'll talk about it more at George's week.
Yeah.
But I played Octopath. I got all the main characters. Primrose's like one of her abilities, bewildering Grace. I think it was Grace. Simultaneously one of the best and worst abilities I've ever seen. Like holy shit. Just to say, basically, there's a boost mechanic and you can like boost to do your abilities multiple times. Hers is a random effect will occur. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's horrendous. Like an example is like, all right, I do the dance 4 times. The first time, nothing happens. The second time, my entire party is silenced. The third time, there was an explosion on my side of the field. It takes up like 600 health from every one of my characters. And the fourth one is a giant monster comes out and hits everyone on the enemy side for max damage and I win. Like you don't know what's going to happen. Like it's ridiculous. Sometimes you'll get EXP boosts. There's so much stuff. There's like simultaneously the best and the worst thing ever. But yeah, we'll talk more about Octopath in George's week. And then the last thing is after talking about Godzilla last week, and then like rewatching like the trailers and stuff, I'm like, man, I really want to like get back into a lot of the Godzilla movies. And
Man,
I would imagine the DVDs wouldn't be that expensive. So I was actually looking online, like trying to find like what's the best deal for like Godzilla DVDs, and they're weirdly broken up. I figured they'd at least sell them by era because there's 3 eras of Godzilla: Showa era, Heisei era, and Millennium series. And I thought I'd be able to get them together, but no, that is not the case. So I need to try and do some research. But yeah, that's my week.
I think you can find them on not Shudder, but the other streaming service.
No, I want
Crackle.
the
Also,
DVDs.
Claude, yeah, they're like, even though like most things have like comic book tie-ins, Godzilla has like some actual really good top tier comic book tie-ins.
I heard.
Godzilla goes to hell.
The main reason I want that is because like I heard like Jet Jaguar is actually pretty badass in the comics. He only shows up in like that. Which one was it? Was it Godzilla versus like Megalon? Like the beetle? Yeah, it was the beetle. Because I remember like Megalon was holding the beetle and it was like, all right, fucking drop kick him. And Godzilla gives a thumbs up and then he runs and drop kicks it from like 1,000 feet away. He slides across the screen in terrible fashion.
It's great.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I would read the Godzilla comics, but yeah, anyway, that's my week.
Nice. George, how was your week?
Pretty much just spent it playing Octopath Traveler and Mega Man the X Collection. Made the horrible decision of buying the second X Collection because I thought the Mega Man X game I played when I was a child, besides the original, was Mega Man X5, but it turned out to be X4. So I bought this second batch of just bad video games for no damn reason.
No, what are you talking about, dude? Mega Man X7 is the best one. Axel is such a good character.
Fucking Flame Heiner will forever be the best boss. Goddamn. Yeah, so I just bought this second batch. The only good part about it is I get to go through the horrible X games and see what everybody was bitching and moaning about. And I also get like points to my Switch account, so there's that. But I also was still sad because I could have just bought Okami or pre-ordered Okami.
What do you mean points to your Switch account? What's this points thing?
Oh, you don't know? It's pretty much you can redeem games on your Switch for like points that pretty much accumulates to real money.
Wait, how? I don't really play. I mostly play on my PS4. What do I need to do for this?
Yeah, man. If you have okay, so how it works is if you have the cartridge, you get 1% of the price of the game. You get that back pretty much. And if you do it digitally, you get 5%. So
yeah, I was about to say like except for Breath of the Wild, every Switch game I have is digital.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's great. But yeah, played more Octopath like I said before. The story is just getting better and better the deeper I get into it. Characters that I personally love when like you have an antagonist that just seem like mindless monsters, but they turn out to be super not mindless monsters and actually kind of deep and super sympathetic, and that happens and it's good. I love that shit. Gameplay is I'm enjoying it more and more as every passing time I play it, and yeah, it's good. Primrose still best, and yeah, that's it. Fuck Teresa.
I like her.
Damn.
Oh, I
haven't gotten into her story, but I like the whole. She's just like Luffy from One Piece, where it's like I want to go out and adventure. Granted, she doesn't want to be Pirate King, but she's just super happy-go-lucky and wants to go out on an adventure. I can respect that.
Okay. Also, fair point. Fair warning. I'm only on like her second chapter. It might get much better. I saw something in the second chapter that made me like her a little bit more, but she's still my least favorite. So
hold on. Well, two things really quick. Number one, you said because you knew how hype it was about doing Primrose. Who is it you told me to do after Primrose? Was it Cyrus?
No, it wasn't Cyrus. I think it was either Therion or the Knight dude, Ulbrich. Because they have like the best stories to me so far. That's how.
And then after that, how do I get to that city for Primrose's second one? Because like I don't see any roads that connect to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna pretty much just go back to the ice section. The map is very weird looking. You have to look very closely, pretty much, because there are places where there are forks. And yeah, you know that you have to discover new parts of the map, right?
Yeah, like I looked at the like part around the snow area and I was like, I figured there'd be a road upwards. I don't see anything that indicates that there would be an upwards turn.
Yeah.
Like
so yeah, sometimes you might have to.
I haven't really started. I was just farming, or not farming. I was just grinding, and I was looking around for it, and like when I actually start playing again, like today or tomorrow or whatever day, is when I'm gonna really start playing it. But yeah, I just
you just gotta look closely at the map, because sometimes it's one of the only complaints I have about the game is like the map can be a little confusing at times, where you just have to look very closely, and the side quests, man.
Side quest is the only thing I will complain about flat out. James,
yeah, what's up?
Here's an idea of what's wrong with the side quests here. They're so vague and open-ended and don't give you any, like, sometimes they just don't give you information at all. I talked to this character and she was like, oh no, I found this lucky egg or something like that. And like, I dropped it in the river. Boy, I missed my egg. And it's like, side quest accepted. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Do I have to follow the river outside of the city to the end of it? Is it somewhere in the city along the river bank? Like, what does that mean? Where am I going? Like, there's times where there's people ask you stuff that's not even really like saying, hey, can you do this? It's just them complaining about something. And then there's no indication of where you need to go or do something.
Yeah.
That's great. That reminds me of old style fucking, what was it? Morrowind? Where like you actually had to like pay attention to like people's directions that they gave you. Like, yeah, I need you to go to this town. It's this way westward. Then you go north past this, and et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, that's different though. You have actual directions. With this, it's just vague as fuck. So
I thought you didn't play Morrowind.
I didn't, but that's one thing I know about Morrowind.
Oh, okay.
Because that's something people always complain about with Skyrim. It's like, oh, the quest marker.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, but then you don't get like the actual, like, but then you don't know the detail of like, oh, well, I don't know where this place is. Like, it's not, the game is designed around the quest marker and therefore doesn't have the information that Morrowind provided you. But, yeah, that does sound shitty. Or at least, partly annoying. The, big quests.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it for your week, George?
Yeah, that was it.
Alright, my week has been fairly eventful. I have been playing a shit ton of Warframe. I just got past, what was it, second dream. So I found out a good, really important part about my character. And I'm going to be on my way to finishing up The War Within, which will let me actually utilize that aspect of my character. And then after that, it's straight on to The Sacrifice, which is their latest update that they came out with, which has a really cool new Warframe associated with it that you can only get through that quest. And then I've also been playing a bunch of Persona 1. We kind of talked about that before, but I've been playing Persona 1 a lot. I'm like it's about 10-12 hours into the game. I got through the Sebek building, and I'm trying to, which I know you guys don't know what that is. Basically, it's like this mega corporation that is in the city that you live in, and they're more than likely behind what's going on, and you're just trying to stop them and stuff. And that whole like level area is like a series of mazes and stuff, and it's been pretty fun so far. Haven't actually really been doing much with Demon Fusion yet, because my character is just not really high enough level for the really good ones that I want. But it's fun. You have way more party members in that game than you would think. You have like I think it's 7. I think you get 7 party members that each like have their own different unique abilities and everything, and like different weapons and such that they can use.
That's how Persona works, though.
Yeah, I know, but you have 7 party members at once.
You're talking about out on the field.
Yes, out on the field at once.
I just thought you were talking about like the number of people you could choose from. I was like, that's how that is normally.
No, 7 people out on the field at once.
But it'll never be all Final Fantasy, all the bravest, where you have all the warriors.
Literally all the warriors, yeah. No, but it's really fun because with the demon negotiation, everybody has different like social skills that they work with based on like what their character is. There's one guy who all of his skills are based around hitting on the monster. One of them is literally flirt. and you can just start flirting with demons like a slime, and it'll work. Like it'll work as long as the slime has the right personality type, and it's really weird seeing a 16-year-old guy just fucking hit on a giant gross slime thing. Also, you have to lie to an angel in order for her to like you, instead of like, if you try to be nice to her, she's just like, oh well, don't get too chummy, human. You're still just a human. And she like attacks you and shit. Having a lot of fun with that. Also, Shin Megami Tensei related, I am playing the new mobile gacha game that came out called DX2, and I've talked to you guys about a bunch about that already, but it's really fun. Right now, just kind of been doing my dailies and shit, kind of going through the story mode. I have Bahamut, which is cool.
Say Bahamut.
Bahamut. That would be pretty funny. But
you're talking about letting the dogs out.
Yeah. No, the demon is in the shape of a three-headed dog, and it's like, who let the dog? But it's colored green, red, and yellow.
Fun fact, Valiant viewer: Who Let the Dogs Out isn't actually about dogs. It's about ugly ass women.
I've also heard the interpretation that it's women talking about men, like the men are dogs, and they're barking at them. I've heard, but I have heard that interpretation too, of it being about ugly women.
I think that album was like the first album I've ever owned. I had that when I was a kid. My parents got it for me for Christmas. I used to love that song.
I didn't have that album. I had the Now That's What I Call Music album that it came out on. That's what I had.
I had the Kids Bop version.
Oh no.
No, not really. Fuck no.
See, that's the most sinister of them all.
So, I'm not gonna talk about the gacha game too much, but it's good. It's free. It's not pay to win at all. The monetary, the free to play aspect is actually really nice and balanced, and it's fun. And the translation is super bad. You have a demon called an archangel who asks you what you think about his Tims. It's fucking ridiculous. And then that same demon can also call you a little bitch.
I mean, that's not awful translation. That's them having fun.
That's just New York nigga
awful
talk.
Translation is like, what a beautiful Dwang. That's not awful translation.
Like the localization is a big meme, and it's funny.
Yes, that is better than bad translation.
Yeah. It's ghost storing with it. It's great. I also watched an anime that Claude's been yelling at me to watch called.
I yelled at everyone about it. I stopped talking to you about it, but sorry, continue.
Yeah, he's been yelling at me to watch Naruto. So I'm back in again, guys. I'm back on the Naruto train. I'm already back to the Sasuke retrieval arc.
We're fighting dreamers.
Yeah, fighting dreamers. Da 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 da. Karatsu fighting dreamers.
I'll shit talk Naruto, but I love fighting dreamers.
Fighting dreamers is the shit.
It's fucking great.
God
man,
damn.
Fucking real quick, since Claude can do it, I'm doing it too. Top 3 anime openings.
Fighting Dreamers, the Death Note one, and JoJo Part 1.
JoJo, and JoJo. No, let me actually think about it. I do love the openings for JoJo's Part 2 and the first one for Part 3.
Alright.
What anime openings do I... No, Konosuba. Konosuba Season 2 has a phenomenal opening.
Oh, you know what? No. Oh god, which opening is that? Which opening is this? There's an opening from Monogatari that is really fucking good. I have to remember which one it is though. Since Monogatari is one of those series where it's like every other episode has a different opening.
Well, while y'all do that, I got mine.
Okay, never mind.
Fucking
Go.
Fighting Dreamer. Yeah, that's in no particular order. Fighting Dreamer. Combat in Afro Samurai Resurrection. That shit's fucking always gets me fucking hype. And I guess Chase from JoJo Part 4. That shit always gets.
Yeah, Chase is another good one. Let's see. Which one is? Yeah, here it is. I don't remember what the opening is, but it's the 4th opening of Bakemonogatari. It's called Oh, it's not Snow Halation, because that's That's whatever it's called. That's from Love Live. It's I forget, but Monogatari has like a shit ton of great openings. Go watch all of them. They're all great. But no, I've been watching Tanya the Evil.
Oh, nigga, I didn't name mine. You better stop.
Oh, what?
My top 3 are, in no particular order, the opening from Konosuba Season 2, actually, like, hilarious. Great opening. I got the opening for JoJo Part... I'm gonna go with the Stardust Crusaders one.
Okay.
I love that opening. And then third is the opening to Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. All right.
Yeah, go ahead, James. You watched Yojo Senki or Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Yes, I watched that. I'm on episode 6 because I didn't have any actual time to watch more of it. It's pretty all right. I give it like a 7 out of 10.
That's I'm glad to hear that. I mean, for me, I liked it because I like the main character, but I feel like it gets a bit better when you see her more with her squad. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, continue. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, wow, what the fuck, Claude? Goddamn, dude.
I get hype. I love that show.
Yeah, I know you get hype. Calm the fuck down. Slow your roll.
No,
bitch. All right. It's all right. It's an all right show. The openings, the opening and endings are like super nothing. So I mean, yeah. But the show, the dynamic she has with the being X is with being X is fun. Being X is super wrong, and I'm not just saying that because I'm an edgy atheist. It's totally fine. Yeah, it's an alright show. I'd say anyone who hasn't seen it, give it a watch, see if you like it.
Think about a fantasy world where it's like between World War 1 and 2, and you're following a very questionable moral having lolly Nazi.
Very clearly not having any good morals is what this lolly is.
Something I praise this show for 2 things. Number 1, because you don't really run into that often with modern anime. Not a lick of fan service in that show. Don't even resort to it. Don't even give a shit about it. Number 2, I don't want to spoil anything for who's gonna watch it, but James, I feel like at least you'd be able to be like, yeah, I agree with that. Is for a show that has blank situation happen, the main character's a lolly. Not a single joke, not a single easy to just write in because we can joke about, boy, I'm a little girl, this sucks.
I mean, you have one.
You have a comment. I'm talking about like how.
No, you have one.
How many shows that are like coming out nowadays? If they took that setting, they'd be like constant jokes about like, oh boy, sucks being a little girl. Like you have a joke every episode, but they don't. Like she mentions it in like a very nonchalant way, where it's like.
Yeah, you have one, and it's just literally she's too short to reach the book she needs. That's all it is.
Like no real hard attention drawn to it for constant humor. I really like that. But yeah.
So yeah, I'd say if you haven't seen it before, check it out. You'll probably like it. It's a pretty good, decent show. And I've been playing some more Fighter Z, also, and that's been fun. I mean, I leveled up to Saiyan fairly recently. I switched up my team. I used to play exclusively 16 Vegeta Bardock. And I wasn't doing that particularly well. So I switched up to Frieza. I think I did Frieza Vegeta Bardock. No, I did Frieza Yamcha Bardock. And I think I guess I've been winning a lot. I've been winning a lot more, but I think it's because like people in that rank just don't see that team comp very often, so they don't know what to do. It doesn't feel like I've actually like improved a whole lot. It feels like I'm maybe just getting easier hits. I'm not sure. And I think that just about sums it. Oh, I also started playing.
Shit, I'm looking at the time, man. We might want to.
I'm
been
sorry.
An hour. We're
look, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold up. I started playing Persona 3 with one of my friends, and I'm trying to get another friend into JoJo. Yeah, good. Now into the waifu cast. Who's our waifu this week?
Kendo Itsuka, which I'm pretty sure neither of you would know her by her name, because I actually forgot it like
wow,
a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Girl with the big hands.
Yeah, I don't recognize this character at all. I know I've seen her. I don't recognize her at all.
What? Wait, what's she from?
My Hero Academia. So yeah, right now, we're doing My Hero Academia girls. Kendo Otsuka. I don't know how you were like, I've never seen her before when that was 2 seconds after I named her. But girl with the big hands.
Because I Googled her.
Oh, yeah, she's alright. Yeah, best hand jobs. Yeah.
What?
Oh man, I don't know, man. She'd mash that shit into a fine paste.
Yeah, the best hand jobs. I don't recognize this character at all. What class is she from? What does she do? Is she the one that always like tells the asshole from class
kid,
B?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, she's this girl.
Chops him and knocks him out.
Okay, that's who she is.
What were the name of the characters again?
Itsuka Kendo. It's her name.
Yeah. So the most. Oh wait, damn right, you didn't even get to that episode. God damn it.
Oh, is this?
Because there's an episode where she's with Tetsu, but I think that's right before George stopped.
Wow. Fucking George. All right. Well, are we sticking with this waifu or no?
Yes. Let me actually look at the. Okay, there's one I want to save for when Skylar's here. There's another who George hasn't even seen in action, so I can't name that one. There's another that's only in the manga, so only me, you, and George. And then there's a character, again, that's in the show, but George has not gotten to yet. So that's the only one that'll work, because that's the only one he's even seen once.
God fucking Christ. George, get on this shit.
Man, fuck off. I'm busy. Alright.
Nah,
so,
man.
Asuka?
Like, Kendo, yeah, so Kendo, girl with the big hands. I mean, I don't, like... I not gonna lie, I was kind of like limited on who my options were today because of but like I don't know, man. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She seems pretty cool. She wants to do legit hero stuff. There was a point when she was in the internship thing with Momo, and they were like, I don't know if this chick's like really wants us to do hero stuff. This isn't what I wanted. And Momo was like, no, she'll show us how to be heroes. And then they were just in fucking models because their hair was nice.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
good.
But yeah, no, she seemed like a good girl.
Had the best arc.
I mean,
I like Froppy's thing during the internships. That was
I like Bakugo's because like it didn't exist, or neither of theirs did, but it didn't exist in the manga, and it really kind of hits home. Like he doesn't really see anything wrong with his actions, but he knows he wants to be a hero, even though he's actually screaming at children.
That is good. I like that.
The best genius is like, holy shit, kid, come on.
Oh my god, this is great. All right, so I incidentally found a photoshopped image of Bakugo's mom, her head on Kendo's head while she's in that dress from the modeling gig.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's a good image. That's about it. That's about it. I'll post it later.
Yeah. I'm saying viable. She's cool. I like her.
Yeah, I'm down with that too. Viable.
Only because I can barely remember who she is, and her design's kind of like nothing to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just have to be the devil's advocate and say not viable.
That's fine.
But yeah. Again, that's the waifu cast. All right.
Yep.
I guess we'll move on to the news. All right. Let's see. First thing on the news docket today. My Hero Academia's second trailer has been released. It's
you would have taken this off.
Oh no, here's the thing. It was the English trailer, and it announces its US theatrical debut. That's what this was. It's also going to be English subbed and dubbed. Fun fact.
I mean, we knew that though.
I didn't know it was going to be dubbed.
It's done by Funimation. They dub everything. They're a dubbing company.
Fine. Well, in related news, Ichiro Oda says One Piece is 80% done, bitch. So there.
I mean,
80% of the way through. But
great.
Dub version will be available for this movie September 26th or September 25th, 27th, and 29th. So yeah. Fine. We'll move on to the only other thing we have for the anime part of the docket.
How much does anime happened?
Our small discuss favorite anime OST. George, we meant to talk about this last podcast, but I actually forgot to put it on the docket, so that's my bad.
George's answer is a cheating answer, but he's right.
What's his answer?
Fucking Afro Samurai. Shit was made by fucking the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. That shit's great. I rewatched it recently, and that's the reason I came up with this. Fucking combat's fucking great. Bloody Samurai is awesome. Like, especially you can listen to the whole Afro Samurai Resurrection, in my opinion, all the way through, and it's great. But
and then if you didn't have it labeled, you'd be like, "Is this a Wu-Tang album?" Like it's one of those. Like that's why he said his answer is cheating, but he's not wrong.
My answer is also cheating. Persona 5 the animation.
Okay, well, I mean,
I love the Persona 5. OST.
It's still cheating, but you know.
I said it was cheating. I said it was cheating.
No, I'm not knocking you. Mine is probably Kill la Kill. I love the Kill la Kill OST.
I really didn't
fucking
particularly care.
Blumenkreuz is fantastic.
There's one song in there that makes me really hype, and it's not even Lose Your Way. It's the Blumenkreuz, right? That's the one that plays with
Sasuke,
the mom.
Yeah. Lose Your Way is good. Then there's like one of my favorite themes for any character in general is fucking God. Now her name's escaping me. I used to memorize it because Stewie hates her so much. Harume Nui. Yeah, like her theme is like top 10 because it had like this weird. It starts off really playful and then it had just like sinister undertone to it. I'm not sure what the instruments they use are in, but it really sells her character. But yeah, no, like I can listen to that on like repeat. There's very few things in that I'd skip.
If I had to pick a non-cheating answer, it's Samurai Champloo's OST.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, your job is fucking sick.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. It's fucking hype. Was Comic-Con this week?
It was last weekend. It was happening when we were doing the last podcast.
Okay. Did we mention Titans on that?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. Oh shit. So alright, well, cool. That's the end of that small discuss. So now, I brought this up to you before, Claude, but you said you wanted to have it on the docket to talk about it. Worlds of DC. The DC Extended Universe is now labeled Worlds of DC.
AKA, we're a bunch of cowards.
Yeah. Essentially, this is basically suggesting that they're no longer going with a continued connection with all of their movies. So, but clearly Aquaman was made in production before this decision was made, because it has very much that like Justice League prologue film vibe to it. But yeah, Shazam feels very much like this is gonna be like the first of the Worlds of DC sort of thing.
I don't know what else they're like, because I don't know what else they have planned.
Oh, they have
watch it.
They have the who's the pale ass white dude with like the fucking goatee and the biker aesthetic. Who is that?
What?
Jago?
Yeah. What's James talking about?
In DC, there's like a bounty hunter sort of guy, like
Lobo.
Lobo, yeah, they have a Lobo movie.
He's not blonde. What?
I said pale, black hair. I never called him blonde.
I forgot what race he was, but yeah, he killed the rest of them.
Yeah, Lobo. Yeah, Lobo. They have a Lobo movie in the works. Lobo. They have a Lobo movie in the works.
That's been in the works for like.
Yeah, Danny Trejo was like, "Let me in it, please."
Please. Yep.
I don't want to be Machete again. Please.
Please, not anymore. They also have that Wonder Woman 1984 film. Can't wait for the Wonder Woman extended universe. That'll be great. And then there's talks about the Joker prequel film thing.
That's actually underway. That's probably going to be made by Martin Scorsese. I'm hyped for it because Martin Scorsese's at the helm and he can do some good shit. And it's like supposed to be like a gangster movie. I'm hyped for it.
Does it now? I don't really care about DC at this point. I don't really care about Marvel at this point. So, you know what I do care about though? I care about mergers.
Teen Titans Go.
No, I care about mergers. Teen Titans Go is next. Well, let's talk about the Disney 21st Century Fox merger for $71.3 billion that got approved, and how fucked up that is. Like, Christ, like, Disney owns almost 70% of the entertainment industry at this point.
I think one of your first things was like, when you saw this, was like, I thought monopolies weren't allowed.
Yeah, like, what? Remember when monopolies weren't allowed? I do.
Anything's allowed with the right amount of money.
I'm reading this article by Variety, and it says that both meetings they had on the subject of the merger lasted less than 15 minutes. So you knew, like, everybody was already well into, yeah, we're gonna have this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just...
I just wanted my X-Men and Fantastic Four. I didn't want all this.
This is what you get if you want to have your nice Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This is apparently what needs to happen.
Hey, bitch, I'll pay for it. It's fine.
You're paying for it now.
What about the Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse?
Oof.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Probably gonna be good, but it's probably gonna be the only one they make.
Probably.
What, Morbius and Venom?
Yeah. No, well, Into the Spider-Verse also.
I can't wait for the Silver Sable movie.
Because Fox is doing the thing where, like, yeah, we don't have Spider-Man to use, but we're gonna make an extended universe around Spider-Man stuff just without him. Like,
wait, you mean Sony?
Yeah,
Sony's
that's Sony.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm getting that mixed up then.
Well,
yeah,
because they own Fantastic Four, and yeah, I just mixed up who owned what.
Yeah,
it makes sense. You know, I'm not sure Marvel knows who owns what anymore. Yeah. So I'm disappointed by this. I'm upset by this. I don't like this at all. I am only more justified in my pirating of Marvel film. So.
Are you?
Yes, I feel more justified. I don't want to support monopolies. Personally, so. That's why I use Microsoft Windows. That's the joke. That's a joke. Whatever. Anyway, Teen Titans Go! Movie teases return of classic Teen Titans. Finally. We might be getting a season 6. Got that season 6 of Clone Wars that we always wanted. Maybe we'll get that Teen Titans season 6.
Fucking final closure after last season.
God.
Finding Tara without her memories. And I don't remember what happened, but I remember there was part of it where it's like a bunch of people were supposed to fight at the end of the episode too. Like there was so much going on, and then just the episode
ends with Beast Boy talking to Tara. And then he gets a call that there's a big fight going on, and then he runs into a hallway with light at the end of the hall. For the most, like, climactic thing ever. Like, damn. Holy crap, Go has been going on since 2013?
It's been around for a while.
What the fuck?
Why I think the internet is so filled with salt about this.
Yeah.
How long do you think motherfuckers have been screaming, when's Teen Titans?
Well, I thought Teen Titans Go started like 2 years ago, tops. What
It's been going for a while.
Oh, yeah, God.
No. People have been bitching about this for a while.
Oh, God. Well, thankfully the teaser's nice. You know, it shows... I also can't show it on YouTube or anything because YouTube will get mad, but... basically it's just a signal coming into clarity. It's like, hey, we think we found a way to get back, and then that's it. But it's the
now we wait 15 years.
Basically, now we wait 15 years. But I think enough people saw Teen Titans Go. I think we passed the Cartoon Network test. I think we did it.
How well did that movie do?
Apparently, it did super good. And apparently, the movie itself is actually good. So, let me see if it's written in this article. We have a numbers. It does not say here, but I think the movie actually did do well. So
probably did.
Yeah. Get all those kids. Oh God, the
good reviews too.
Oh fuck, dude, the picture they used in this
When's Spoilercast, James? When you gonna watch it?
For the Teen Titans Go movie, when it comes out on online. and I can get a lending link. That's when. But I'm looking at this picture from the movie. It's either the movie or the show, and it's all of them on tricycles.
I don't know. Who gives a shit?
I guess. All right. Next. Neil Breen, Twisted Pair, 2018 trailer. Bam.
It looks like shit.
It
I'm
does.
So ready for it.
So fucking hyped.
What looks like shit?
Oh,
explain to the audience who might not know who about Neil Breen.
Neil Breen is a film genius. He is the writer, director, producer, lead actor, and typically the caterer to all of his films. He actually has a weird tendency to write the same movie. Like one of his first films, Double Down, is the same movie as his most popular film, which is Fateful Findings, and all of them are bad. It's kind of hard to explain really with Neil Breen, but just really bad, just really bad films that he thinks are amazing, and
explain the scene where the woman shoots her husband.
I can't explain that scene. I have to show you that scene, and I will show you that scene. YouTube.com/
No, don't do that right now.
Why?
Just tell people to watch it. Once again, we're gonna go on too long if we keep doing all this stuff.
Fine.
Yeah. That's why I wanted you to mention it in passing.
All right. Watch the Your Movie Sucks video on Fateful Findings, because that shows that scene, and that's a generally great idea. It gives you a great idea of what Neil Breen is. What he is. Not who, what. But I'm going to describe you the synopsis for this movie real quick before we move on.
Holy shit.
Identical twin brothers become hybrid AI, artificial intelligence, entities, yet are torn in different directions to achieve justice for humanity. This is a Kickstarted film. People paid money to get this movie made, and
I pay money for him to keep working.
And Neil Breen actually allowed a documentary crew to follow him around during the production of this film. So that's also going to be great to see.
What is that?
What's what? Yeah, it's George.
What?
Was I wrong, George? Was it not you? It sounded like you.
Fucking no. Continue.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, everybody go watch Fateful Findings. You can find it on YouTube. It's great. So our next article, we're moving on to the video section. So Detroit Heavy Rain developer Quantic Dream loses employment court case against staff member who quit due to Photoshop montage scandal. So the basic thing was a little while ago, an expose article came out on Quantic Dream talking about some really scandalous shit that goes on. Apparently people would just Photoshop their other staff members onto very lewd imagery, like straight up just porn, with some offensive text. Like you'd have like there's a photo of David Cage on his head on the body of a bodybuilder looking construction worker who has a power drill with a dildo attached to it, and several other dildos chained, like hooked on a chain on his pocket. Like it's actually really what's the word, explicit stuff. And then like you've got other things where it's like a group of women that are all staff members that just says the Whore Club and shit like that. I can't actually show you the images here because it's really bad. But if you just Google it, you'll find it. So they lost this court case because when you have photographic evidence that this stuff happened, kind of hard to deny that it happened. Quantic Dream claimed that these claims it branded the claims as slanderous and part of a smear campaign. And let's see. Process is used to expose feelings in the workplace. Experience swung in court in their favor. Staff members' decision to quit will not be treated as unfair dismissal with the rights according to this. Okay, so basically, now that they've lost this court case, the staff members who quit will now have certain rights based on the judgment of you were unfairly dismissed from work. So it's kind of up in the air now, because now Quantic Dream has the right to appeal the case. But, you know, it's French law. I'm not big on French law, so who fucking knows? But I hope they get what's coming to them. So, you know, hey. Brought to you by the people who had a naked model of Ellen Page in the shower in one of their games and didn't tell her. Also brought to you by the guy who had a picture album of Ellen Page as a child and showed them to her.
What if someone approached you like that, James? So like, I want you in my game, and he showed you just baby pictures and stuff.
I will immediately come out as gay, as Ellen Page did. She like came out like 2 weeks after that like got talked about. It's great.
Pretty sure it's unrelated.
Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. You know what isn't related? No Man's Sky is the most popular game on Xbox, Steam, and PS4, or is one of the most popular games on PC.
Yeah, because they made it a good game now.
They did.
Yeah, I have no intentions of going to, because I wasn't interested in the first place. Because that's not the type of game that interests me. But I guess that's what happens when you don't say anything to your fan base for a year, and then you come back with an "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I might just pick it up again. Because why not?
They got a multiplayer update now, and there's a bunch of other stuff to it. Like they've actually stacked quite a lot now onto the game. So that's good. I'm glad it's similar to how they promised it would be. Upon release 2 years later, but good for No Man's Sky. Good for them for making a comeback. What I wish would come back is Marvel Ultimate Alliance, because those games are now completely delisted on all platforms.
Yeah.
they're just gone. And granted, they weren't really very good ports. They're actually pretty shittily made. But
actually, while you're doing this, keep going. I'm going to turn on PS4 because I bought these before.
Right.
I couldn't find them in the store before, but I want to see if I can at least download them again if I want to. So keep talking about this. While I look this up.
I'm gonna say chances are probably not. Because PT was the same way when it got delisted. You couldn't, like, you could download it, but you couldn't play it. But yeah, pretty much, you know, these ports came out and they you get proof of, Ultimate Alliance 2 is apparently still listed on Xbox 360 for $30, but that'll likely be removed soon. But yeah, the PS4, Xbox One versions of the games weren't particularly good. Stuff, there was like lots of bugs with like the menus, and then there was stuff with the songs, like a lot of music had been removed, and like other music just wouldn't play if you selected it. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this article. I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. George, do you have anything to say about it?
I want Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
I don't think you're gonna get that, George.
I wish, man. I really do.
Yeah.
So I did look it up online. I think one of the theories was like maybe Activision's license ran out.
Maybe.
Yeah. And like they probably wanted to give the rights to like one company in particular, like they did with Star Wars and EA. But it's probably going to be a horrible company to do horrible things.
Bez was also removed from GOG.com earlier this week.
That's because Phil Fish doesn't care anymore.
Well, that's not really it either at all. We don't actually know why it was removed. It just was removed.
More than likely because of that,
okay, so I'm looking now.
Phil Fish isn't even the head of the company anymore. He sold it like a while ago. But
I'm still allowed to download it.
Wait,
so
no,
if you bought it before today, you can re-download it whenever and play the game. But if you have not bought it on PS4, then get fucked.
Oof. Big oofs. You know what isn't a big oof though? Earth Defense Force 5. Which got its own trailer. And
I only played like one of them.
I played 2017. Yeah, 2017, which was the 360 one. And then I played 2025. was 2025? No, 2025 was the 360 one. 2017 was the PS2 one. Yeah, so I played 2025 and then I played 4.1, which was the PS4 one, which is a remake of 2025. It's good. It's a good game series. It's fucking stupid, and it's great. It's great how stupid it is. Like, people watching the stream, like, you're seeing how fucking weird it is. It's great. Go play it. Go play this video game. Earth Defense Force 5 comes out, when did they say? They give us a date? I don't remember if they did. Coming soon. Pre-order now. So, no. Alright, you can't play it yet. You know what else? You know what else you can't play? The Kill If game. But we do know what the gameplay is going to be like. Players can freely...
Isn't it just a bunch of auto combos?
Yes, and there's also like there's also like rock paper scissors system that like overlaps over itself. I'll go over some of the details now. Players can freely run around in a 3D field using simple controls. While there are not any command moves like dragon punches or Hadoken and whatnot, players can easily perform attacks with D-pad and button inputs, so it's more smash inputs. In addition to dashes, steps, and guards, players can also use long-distance attacks. Players can also use button mashing combos, which Claude was very happy to hear, as well as...
I hate the term.
What do you prefer? Would you prefer button bashers?
No, like if they had to go with the auto combo thing, just say auto combo instead of button mashing. Look, it's like, fuck, man.
I
think
it's
the scrubbiest of scrub shit.
Yeah, but they're appealing to scrubbiest of scrub shit. So like, what do you want?
That should be.
As well as activate finishing attacks that produce a variety of scenes with the final D-pad input of a combo. The game is based on a rock paper scissors system, as I mentioned before, where one action in a set of 3 overpower another, but is weak against the other. This includes break attacks, blows, and guards in one set, and blows, read evasion attacks, and evasion actions in another set. I don't know what the fuck a read evasion attack is supposed to mean, but alright. So basically, like, blow is strong against break attack, which is strong against guard, which is strong against blow. Evade action is strong against blow, which is strong against evasion attack, which is strong against evade action. So, yeah. By winning rock paper scissors, your Ketsui level or your determination level will rise, and your character's stats will increase. Development is currently 35% complete. And there was also something about, like, once you, like, reach maximum determination, you just start getting into, like, fucking bitch fit arguments with each other as you fight. That's funny. Yeah. So you get that, like, yelling at each other moment from the show.
Hopefully, we'll see more of it, like, so I can at least know more details on, like, what it looks like versus, like, a little bit. When is the next major convention for anything?
Evo. They mentioned it would
Tokyo Game Show, I think, is like a little later.
They mentioned it would be
Evo's
playable
in like 2 weeks.
They mentioned they would play it at Evo. It would be playable at Evo, so
okay.
You'll probably find something at Evo. And then kind of just to finish off our news discussion, base Goku and Vegeta trailers were released. We know how their gameplay is. Goku has possibly like Rekkas with his Kaioken, which gets stronger with the more allies are dead. He also gets a Spirit Bomb, which takes a long time to, I guess, develop. That's his level 3. And then Vegeta has a Command Throw and some other special moves. Like, he's got like a Destructo Disc looking thing. Then he's got his Gallic Gun, and then his level 3 is Galaxy Breaker, which is what he used to kill Nappa. Did
he just point his 2 fingers at Nappa?
No.
What did he point his fingers towards to kill?
It was Nappa. I think this is a thing that happens in the manga.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why did you just tell me I was wrong then?
I don't know. I don't know why I lied to you like that, but I did.
Alright.
But, yeah. So that delay hyper combo confirms that we're definitely getting Android 17 and cooler. And we kind of already knew when we found out that we were getting Vegito and Fuse Zamasu. But, I mean, now it's, like, even more evident at this point that...
Cooler in 17!
Yeah.
Hooray!
Non-Saiyans, hooray!
Not that hype about
cooler.
base Vegeta and Goku.
I'm hyped for Kaioken, because I think Kaioken's cooler than Super Saiyan.
Kaioken's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's like I just like it more like instead of like a hey, you know, I'm all powerful now because I'm a new form. It's like I like it's like yeah, I'm way stronger, but there's severe drawbacks that make it not worth it in situations. I like that way better than
die after this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my muscles have just destroyed themselves.
Yeah.
It's like I spent 3 weeks at the gym in 1 second.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. So now that we've finished our news segment, I'd like to introduce everybody to we're officially introducing this into the docket lineup now. Learning with James. So anybody watching the stream now is seeing a cute little image that I made with the help of Solange, our artist friend.
That you made.
I made the image that they're looking at, but I used
part of me, James, all alone.
But yeah, Solange didn't draw the comic. It was all me. But yeah, so learning with James is essentially Claude's gonna give me a topic, and I have to tell everybody about as much about it as I can come up with. So what are we learning about today?
Well, just one stipulation, because I know George will probably want to say something, because I'll want to say something, but a reminder that no matter how incorrect James is about this, we cannot correct him. Okay. So James, you're going to tell us about the lore of Spider-Man.
The lore of Spider-Man. Well, Peter Parker is, Peter Parker, is different depending on who, what universe you're in. In the Ultimate Universe, I believe he's a high school student. In like the more typical universes, he was like a college student. I might be getting that wrong, but you know they won't tell me anyway. He gets bit in like the originals. He gets bit by a radioactive spider. In the official canon now, he is more of he get bit by a genetically altered spider, and he gets Spider-Man powers. Gives him all the abilities of a spider without any of the downsides. He even gets a spider sense. He gets a symbiote for a while, the black suit symbiote, which was originally, or not originally, no. He had the black suit symbiote, which gave him more strength, but it kept trying to like graft itself onto him. So he eventually got rid of it, and then the symbiote latched onto, I think it was Eddie Brock. It got onto, and then I think it eventually got onto Flash. But in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, at one point he gets rid of the symbiote, but then Black Cat actually makes him just a normal black suit that he would wear at times. I learned that from Red Letter Media. Rich Evans mentioned it during one of the previously recorded streams that I sometimes watch. Let's see. Black Cat is basically just a cat thief thoughty. Venom is kind of depending on who the symbiote's grafted onto. Is just more typically kind of just very violent. Sometimes an anti-hero, sometimes a villain. Really good foil to Spider-Man. He's Mr. Steal Your Girl. He's also like the pseudo father of Carnage because of the way symbiotes work. Carnage being like just a serial killer. I forget the name of the serial killer that the symbiote for Carnage is grafted onto, but it's a serial killer. I don't fucking remember. Then there's a bunch of other symbiotes that I don't think are canon anymore, but they were called, what were they called? They were fucking called the, one of them was like Toxic or something. I think that was its name. Toxic. And then, but they talked about this in the Best Friends cast. It's, fuck, I forget, but yeah, that's about that. And then there's Miles Morales, who's like a half black, half Latino Spider-Man, who is in the Ultimate Comics. After Spider-Man is allegedly killed by, I think it was Dr. Octopus, Morales gets bitten by a spider that his father was working on. Meanwhile, his uncle is like a crime lord sort of guy. So Miles Morales' thing is like he's kind of got like a Manny Rivera from El Tigre sort of thing going on, where he's got to balance whether he wants to be a good guy or a bad guy based on like which father figure he wants to pay attention to. And then he's also got to deal with like the publicity of like, hey, I'm the new Spider-Man, but I'm not Peter Parker. So he's got to adapt to like what people think of him, and he's got to try and make it as his own Spider-Man. Let's see. Then there's Spider-Gwen, who's in an alternate universe of Ultimate in which she doesn't die, but Peter does. But only sometimes does Peter die. In some Spider-Gwen comics, Peter doesn't die. He's just like a nerd. Spider-Gwen's cool. She's like the Deadpool of the Spider series, apparently. And then there's like Gwenpool, which is just Gwen, but fucking Deadpool. Completely unrelated to Spider-Man. Deadpool shows up. He's got a weird bromance with Spider-Man that I don't think Spider-Man really likes a lot of the time. Let's see. J. Jonah Jameson's an asshole, but he loves his son. And I think his son dies at one point, or gets rescued by Spider-Man, and then he kind of is like, I don't hate Spider-Man as much anymore. Morbius. Morbius is played by Jared Leto in the new Morbius film that they're definitely going to be making, and I really am not looking forward to that. The Living Vampire. Fun fact. That's all I got for Spider-Man lore.
I was about to say you can wrap it up. I asked for Spider-Man lore, not Spider-Man's rogue gallery.
Fucking yeah.
Okay, I don't know how hard that was for you, George. There were multiple times I wanted to jump in.
Same.
What?
Same.
What?
Like, for example, Spider-Man wasn't killed by Doc Ock. It was Green Goblin.
Okay, I didn't actually read
Harry Osborn.
I didn't actually read those comics. I only got like issue 9 that just had Miles Morales in it, and it was when they introduced Scorpio. So.
Claude, I'll let you correct them because I don't care about Spider-Man that much.
That's the beauty of learning with James, is that he won't learn because we're not gonna tell him. Only one that is like, this is like, I don't know why I wanted to tell him so bad, but I didn't. To be the only one I tell you is you couldn't remember Carnage. Carnage's original host. Carnage has moved around a couple times, but his original host is Cletus Cassidy.
Okay, I've never actually like seen any media that actually involves Carnage. I just know Carnage.
Because he's too violent.
He is.
Like, fucking Maximum Carnage is just him breaking a bunch of people out of prison, and they just murder people because they're bored.
Phage is one of the other symbiotes. Do you remember the group name of all those symbiotes? I think it was the...
Are talking about Maximum Carnage? That was the name of the comic where they...
No.
Well, no, the Maximum Carnage had the only symbiote...
You're
talking about... Alright, James is talking about the comic Separation Anxiety. I don't remember what the group's name was, but that was the name of the comic they showed up in.
Was I right that one of them was Phage and was another one called Toxic?
I don't... I'll say Toxin is... I think Toxin is a split off of Carnage. That one I could be wrong about, because I don't really... After a certain... I like Venom. Yeah. I like Carnage. Everywhere after that, I stopped caring. I don't care about Toxin. Yeah. I don't care about Anti-Venom. I don't care about any of the rest of that.
Fucking Marvel barely cares about Carnage anymore, even.
What about Spider-Side?
Fuck that whole 90s era of Spider-Man shit. It's all dumb.
Really, though. Oh, man, the Clone Saga was so good.
Yeah, man. What, you don't like the Clone Saga?
What do you know about the Clone Saga, James?
I don't know shit about the Clone. I know some of the stuff from the Spider-Man animated cartoon from the early 2000s. In which
I know the fucking Scarlet Spider is one of the coolest Spider-Man costumes.
Yes, it is. You're fucking right. It is. Yes, it is. But I was gonna say, I know Mary Jane turns into a puddle of water. That's about it. Turns into a puddle of water. Oh, it's from the it's from the cartoon.
Okay.
Into a puddle of water because it was actually a clone.
Hydro Man's happening too.
Remember when Hydro Man just pretended to date Spider-Man for years just to fuck with him? I remember.
I remember when Century took Carnage into space and tore him in half, so Marvel didn't have to put him in stories anymore.
Century has that vicious problem of just taking people he doesn't like and either throwing them into the sun or ripping them in half.
I love it. I wish he did it to Hulk and World War Hulk. Fuck Hulk.
Well, they fought to a standstill. They fought until they were torn their base form, and then Hulk just got mad before he finished recovering and knocked him out.
Pretty much. World War Hulk's a great story. I don't like Hulk, but I like World War Hulk. Just bitch slapping Ghost Rider out of Ghost Rider form. It will forever be etched into my memories.
Who was it that didn't like a crew of people show up and Hulk was like, "Who are you?"
Are you talking about the Gamma Corps?
Was that it?
Yeah, it's like all these people that like were like they got their powers because of the Gamma Bomb and because of Hulk. And they're like, you gotta pay for it. It's like, do I know?
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Get the fuck out of my face.
The beginning of that series, of that run, is one of my favorites because it's just Black Bolt being like,
oh yeah,
what was it he said to him? He's like, I didn't come here to hear you talk. I came to hear you scream.
Yeah, that was it. That was
Black
it.
Bolt on the moon.
Yo, and he just sent it to everyone on Earth. And like you'd expect people on Earth to be like, "Oh, this is bad, man. He's gonna mess up the people that save us." And they're like, "Yeah, no, kill the superheroes. We don't care."
I remember the heroes being like, when they heard about that the Hulk's coming, they're like, all right, and they were like, "Oh, he beat Black Bolt," and then beads of sweat, and they're like, "Fuck, Black Bolt's like number 4. Holy shit, what are we gonna do?" There's not many people above Black Bolt in terms of who could beat him.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. My only gripe, well, not only gripe, I had a couple gripes, but my biggest gripe is just how shitty the people in Marvel are. Like the normal humans are just so like just shit lords, man. I wouldn't save anybody in that universe, even though I probably would, but that's besides.
When you get to a point where there's a massive company, this entire budget and everything they do is functioned around cleaning up collateral damage, and that's a commonplace company that's everywhere. It's like, I'd get kind of tired of that real quick. Like, imagine you go inside Subway after like a good workout. You're like, I want something healthy, and you come outside and some motherfucker picks up your car to swing at someone, and your insurance company is like, yeah, no, we're not covering that.
Yeah, I get you, but it's also the fact that there's an alien invasion or Galactus coming every other week, and we're stopping them. It'd be like, you know what? You take the good with the bad.
See, that's why you gotta live in like Montana or some shit. You don't have to deal with that. How many times does a supervillain land in Montana? Name once.
Probably enough times. I don't know.
How many times?
Yeah,
how many times?
Supervillains like they still thrive. They go other places. Like they legit. They do. You're telling me? You're telling me, James?
George, calm the fuck down. You didn't let me even fucking finish before you fucking started.
Bitch.
Get your panties out of your asshole real quick.
Get your finger out of your ass and listen to me, bitch.
No,
now listen.
I don't gotta listen to you.
You're fucking wrong about this.
No, I was just say land in like North Dakota or like hang out in North Dakota. You'll probably barely have to deal with shit.
Two things with that. That's wrong with that, James. Number one, being like the entire Civil War thing started because they found some motherfuckers in a small town that were hiding. Number two,
actual retard.
Like when Iron Man 1 and the initiative was made, there's initiative like a hero team in every state because they needed heroes in every state.
Dumb fuck.
That's stupid.
But yeah, no, I don't. I still don't agree with that. Like, I agree with what you mentioned about like the whole stopping space level threats. But like, what if like you destroyed half the street to stop this mugger? I'm like, he stole an old woman's purse and you destroyed my car. What's she having there? Like 7 cents and some butterscotch? It's not worth it.
You're right, but at the same time, that's why you have people like Luke Cage, and you don't have Iron Man coming to stop a purse mugger, because Luke Cage is just gonna world star a motherfucker, and that's
tap him on the head with 2 fingers and knock him out. I love that from the show. Probably my favorite part of the entire show.
Yeah, he's like effortlessly throwing people and shit. It's great.
James, did you watch Luke Cage?
I have not seen any of the television shows.
He gets scared every time he sees a black person on the screen. It frightens him.
Yeah, that's why I can barely.
A little bit of that doo-doo butter comes out.
A little of that doo-doo butter,
like,
yeah.
And then he just sniffs it. It's like, is that eggs I smell?
I'm just not interested in that.
The best part of that entire show to me personally, like not even talking about the story, is that he knows he's super strong. He doesn't have to do anything to you. If he needs to knock you out, the majority of the time, if you're just a regular ass guy, he'll tap you on the forehead with 2 fingers with super strength to knock you out.
Oh man, my favorite thing. It's good. Yeah, my favorite. Bruh, my favorite thing is like from the trailer from season 2. It's like he busts down the door. He's like, "Come on, guys, you know it's not gonna work." It's like we gotta at least try, so we don't look like bitches.
Remember that guy broke a bottle over the back of his head, and he turned around and was like, "Really? All right."
He's just effortlessly stopping crime. It's the best.
See if I can find a compilation.
Well, you're doing
what's the next topic, or are we?
The next topic is the Batman Ninja spoiler cast. We're gonna talk about Batman Ninja, that animated film. If you haven't seen Batman Ninja and don't want to get your ass spoiled on it, I'd suggest probably stop watching the video. because we're just gonna go all in. So, yeah. For any of you who don't know what Batman Ninja is, it's a movie where Batman is in feudal Japan, and it was directed by the people who did or at least the art direction was done by the people who did the 3D openings for JoJo. So, I mean, if you like that, I mean, maybe go watch it.
Yeah, I think Scott said it was Kamikaze Doga.
Yeah, Kamikaze Doga. That's it. Thank you.
And like the guy who did the art for Afro Samurai did the character designs, and it shows.
Yeah, well, that's not really a great statement for some of those designs.
I mean, most of them were good. But it was a good movie. Do you want to start out, Claude, or?
Oof, yeah, I'm gonna have some words.
I don't have anywhere I want. Like, I went into this not knowing shit and was super, super, super pumped by how dumb it was. I've been actually the most hype about this, talking about it. So I'd actually like to hear your guys' opinions.
Man, fucking them merging together was great. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. It's like, what is this Gurren Lagann bullshit?
There's a specific moment I want to save for a bit later, which is, the monkeys. What did you first think when Robin had that shitty haircut and he's like, oh yeah, I also have this pet monkey that I can talk to? I was like, what?
Man, what the fuck?
And then the female monkey that they act like they talked about it before.
Nowhere.
Oh, Mimiku. It's a female monkey. It's like, who the fuck is this? Who is this? Get this out of my face.
Fucking, I love how Grodd is like, ha, I finally got what I wanted. Now I can mind control the ninjas. He's like, no, we have control over everything.
We trained. You about to get fucking worked. And he was like, oh, shit.
Shit.
Deathstroke's design was really cool. I liked how he looked.
Yeah, his was my favorite design of the male characters.
Really?
I did not know I needed fucking feudal Japan Deathstroke until I saw this movie.
Red Hood was my favorite design. Like, absolutely.
It was Deathstroke for me, but only by slightly, because I know I'm gonna mess up his name, but I always played the Samurai Warriors games and Sengoku Basara, and design-wise, my favorite has always been once again, I know I'm gonna probably mess this up, Masamune Date. And Deathstroke is just Deathstroke with Masamune Date's design on him. So that's why that's my favorite. Okay. I'll see if I can find just a random picture for you and I'll put it in anime or some shit.
Man,
I like.
Were you gonna say something or?
No,
man, I love.
Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say I love within the first 10 minutes, people dressed obviously as the Joker come to get Batman. And he's like, "Who sent you?"
I was like, Batman, Master Detective, please.
Master Detective doesn't realize that there's no tall buildings for him to grapple to. None whatsoever.
Great.
I'll be honest, I didn't particularly like this movie at all. I thought the premise could have gone dumber, and I thought if they got rid of the time travel subplot, it would have been great. But their need to justify, have time travel to justify Batman and feudal Japan, and Claude and I talked about this a little bit, but and basically my point is when you introduce time travel into it as your point of justification for why Batman is there, you're already wrong. You don't have to justify why Batman is there. You can just I see that you posted the design. That is a good design.
Yeah, no, it's straight up that, and he's my favorite character from those games, so that's why.
But once you feel the need to justify why your superhero characters are your comic book characters are in this time period that they don't belong in, you're already wrong. If you just
James Master Writer.
I'm not saying I'm a master writer, but
when's that game you're making coming out?
That's not even related. Anyway, let's be honest. This movie it's not a Batman movie. It's a Batman Incorporated movie because it's got all the warriors. All the warriors of Batman Incorporated.
No, James.
What do you mean? It's
Batman Incorporated doesn't focus specifically on Batman. It focuses on people around the world who are doing Batman's shit. This is still a Batman story. Have you read Batman Incorporated? Because I don't believe you have.
Actually being wrong all day again.
I've only seen covers of Batman Incorporated that have all the characters that are in this movie.
I've only seen the memes of Batman Incorporated.
Stop it. I read Batman Incorporated.
All right, fine. I'll run it back real quick. Fine. But anyway, what? And I understand why they did the time travel thing. It's easier than like writing a whole like an actual like back story almost for a Batman in feudal Japan. Just have it the same Batman in the time travel to Japan, whatever. But I feel like the time travel thing kind of prevented my enjoyment from this a little bit. I thought it wasn't necessary.
Whatever, man. It's a stupid movie.
No, I'm not done. It's a stupid movie,
I love all the
but
stupid
its
shit.
premise,
Same.
like feeling the need to justify an already stupid premise for an already dumb thing is just wrong. You don't have to justify it. It's already stupid.
Fuck it. It's great. I love everything about it. Fucking
did you
Joker doing a JoJo pose into forming a giant mech will forever be great.
Did you
It's
watch
great.
the dub or the sub?
The dub.
Oh, you did watch the dub? Well, I watched the dub first, and then I rewatched the sub. I think the sub's actually the superior version because you don't have the horrible lip sync issue, which takes me out of the movie entirely. Because another thing, the dub has that weird thing where the voice actors are trying to fill in the space between lip flaps with sound. So, like, you know, with the sub, you get just like, you know, the raw Japanese and the lips match that. So there's no extra sounds in between to fill in the time. But like
I feel like
most dubs.
that really,
no,
I feel like
it's
that really
not
depends
really
on
most
what you're-
dubs because
So I feel like that
Okay.
depends
Yeah, sure.
on
George, it's fucking not to say that it's
sure.
it's not, George, because you know what
Go ahead,
happens with
Claude.
most dubs. No, hold on.
Oh.
What happens with most dubs is they manually edit the mouth flaps to better match the sounds made by the English
you're
voice
talking about
actors.
first off, you're talking about modern dubs.
This is a modern dub. Fuck you.
When did I say this wasn't? I'm saying you're talking about modern dubs with that.
Why
Most older
are
anime
you saying
dubs-
that? Like, why are you saying modern dub like it doesn't apply to what we're talking about? It
You saying most anime
Hold on.
don't do this,
If you could let me
and
get
it's
to my
only
second
until
point,
recently.
You dumb
Go
cunt.
ahead.
If you could let me get to my second point, all right? A
Fucking
lot of people
idiot.
who like watch some anime like when they were like younger, like when I watched a lot of stuff, there was constant lip syncing issues. So I can get the lip syncing thing being a problem. Other people don't have as massive as a problem with that. That's why I brought that up. Because like, okay, yeah, I watched a lot of stuff like that growing up. I got more used to it. I can get the nitpick. I can get you not liking it, but that's why fucking you little shit.
In addition, the art direction isn't particularly good. There's a lot of really rough transitions between different art styles, which I understand why they were doing it. This is kind of really push that Japanese aesthetic because you know it's Japanese, obviously. But like, there's one good scene where they transition between art styles, and it's the scene where they introduce Red Hood. But all the other ones, like
That was my favorite transition.
I
it's
liked
the
it.
best
That was
transition.
good.
That is the best scene in that movie. The ending credit scene has a really rough. I mean, it's the best scene in that movie. The ending credit
You're wrong,
sequence.
but go ahead.
I mean, I'm not, but anyway, you just the ending credit sequence has like the worst transition where you have that part with Catwoman in like 2D animation, and then
I loved it.
and then it rough cuts to 3D, and it looks bad, and it feels bad watching it.
So, you know, pulling back the curtain a bit, George, do you see now why I was so desperate for either you or Skylar, if you were going to be on, to like have watched this movie?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
can get
see.
some of the stuff, but that's super like just enjoy the dumb thing. If you don't enjoy it, cool. But
I don't
but
enjoy
we're
it because it's not a
dissecting
well-made movie. It's not a
this.
well-made
I fucking
movie.
loved how stupid it is. That's
It's
that's why I'm
great.
saying there.
You're misconstruing the point. It's a dumb movie, but it's poorly made. If it's a poorly made film, I'm not going to enjoy it. I've watched stupid shit. Like, JoJo is stupid shit, but it's well-made stupid shit. This is not well-made stupid shit. I'm going to
I think
criticize...
this is
I
stupid
disagree completely.
shit. Yeah, same.
Well, that's on you, and you can have bad taste all you want.
Shotokan
James
John
is
over here
storing
talking
his
about
opinions,
taste.
talk about what he knows, yet I call him on it because it's something he's never read. Get out of here. Anyway, what did you think about the fucking giant monkey thing?
Man,
That was
that
great.
shit was great. Holy
monkey was
fuck,
great.
that shit was great.
I really appreciate
Oh
that the
man,
Batman
and then they turned into
Japanese Batman.
Wait, are we doing this
They turned
bit by
Before we
bit?
get
Because
to
I
it.
want to talk about when he,
we're spoiling
I'll
the whole
let you
thing.
talk about that. I'll let you talk about that. But before, were you guys caught off guard when there was literal monkeys being fucking roasted alive and falling to their deaths?
Yeah, that was
I
weird.
loved it.
That was weird.
I loved it so much.
Like, holy shit. But no, go for it, George. Go for it.
Fucking when he turns into when the bats come
Yeah.
and they form around him, it turns into a fucking giant 1950s Batman.
It wasn't
was
1950s
the best.
Batman. It was anime
Oof.
Batman.
Fucking, it was the best. Oh man, holy
My
shit!
jaw actually dropped.
It was.
I actively
also
couldn't
really
contain
good.
the hype.
It was really good. The hype
Him
moments for
riding
the
into
movie were
battle.
good.
Him riding into battle and then just a bam, Sengoku Batman. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goku Batman is pretty fucking good. Yeah, like it's see, I don't like the production quality of this movie, but its hype moment. No, let me get. Fuck you. We're doing a Spoilercast. I'm talking about the movie. Fuck off. Anyway, like the production quality of the movie, I don't like, but the actual hype moments that it has, like Sengoku Batman, its introduction of all the villains as the different daimyo, are all really good. The Batman is really good. The final fight is great. Like the really like the high quality moments are in those hype moments. It's just the rest of the movie surrounding it is bad, to me.
What do you think? Going back to the beginning, what do y'all think of like when it was like he's like, all right, I'm like a friar or whatever, and he has like that fucking cap with just a bat on it. I was like, what, Bruce?
That was stupid.
You know what's
that
weird?
was so anybody who knows who he is he's bruh.
You know what's weird? They only bring that up in the dub. The sub does not once mention the bat cap. And I thought it was interesting.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great.
One thing I wish they would have added, even if it was 5 more minutes, was I wish I saw more fights with like the side characters.
Mhm.
Like, I wanted to see more Deathstroke versus Red Hood. That would have been dope.
That would have been awesome as fuck.
So I was actually thinking about this for a minute. So Red Hood was absolutely prepared to kill the Joker, right?
Yes.
Why wasn't Deathstroke dead? Because the only reason he didn't kill Joker was because Batman told him not to, because Joker was no longer a threat. There's no reason Red Hood shouldn't have fucking murked Deathstroke.
That is
Batman
correct.
probably
but
told him,
his
no, we're
beef-
taking him back. Or
Yeah,
what? Go ahead, Claude.
That's probably it. Sorry, I was saying that's probably it. But like no matter what media, his hard beef is with the Joker.
Fair.
So if he had to kill only one person, it would have been Joker.
I wish we got to see more of the villain designs, because we pretty much only see them from like the upper half, and I really wanted to see more of like the Poison Ivy design.
Want to see her thighs?
Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to see her thighs because we didn't really get to see that. You see her like twice, like in 2 separate scenes. Like you see her introduction, and then you see like I think there's one other scene with her, and then you have the big fight.
Speaking of big fight, let me check something real quick. Keep going.
Man, that Joker Batman fight was fucking great.
It was
It
great.
was so good.
That was the best
Great.
fight. Anybody
Wait,
else
fight
weirded
this-
out
this
that they had those two
fight's so
ninjas, those 2 other ninjas with like unique designs, and then they didn't even get a single line? Did you guys notice that?
No.
Character design, yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like, why would you dedicate time to making them and not even give them like a character? They didn't even name them. They're not named.
Okay.
It's just weird, George. Like, it's like the shotgun on the wall. You know, if you're gonna show the shotgun on the wall, you better use it. It's a classic film thing.
Mm-hmm. Claude, what was it you said you were doing again?
Oh, looking up just now, I was like, speaking of fights, because there's a boxing match that I can't watch, or at least I don't know where I'd even be able to stream it at. But I didn't care enough about it to not do the podcast and try and find it. But I want to see it. Is 2 heavyweights, Dillian White versus Joseph Parker. It's going on like right now. There's a fight later today that I'm like gonna watch, but that's at 10. But anyway, I thought it was done and wanted to see who won the fight, but it's not on there.
Oh, true. Okay.
What do you think of the post-credit scene with that fucking horse-drawn carriage?
I don't
That
know why you
was
told me to
weird.
watch that, man. That was like
That
super
was-
nothing.
That
It's
was
so-
weird.
It's so stupid. I love, because like it's like, all right, Bruce in the middle of like a very clear Batman thing, but it's just Bruce in there. Like, are you gonna roll up to the ball or the mayor's thing just in that and be like, yeah, no, I'm Batman? It's I don't know what it is about the weird old Batmobile thing. Like, not even Batmobile, Bat horse carriage. I loved it. And it just fucking hit a random car on the side of the road and he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But he probably didn't care because he had the same colors as Joker, so he was like, fuck that car in particular.
Fuck whoever owned that car. Trying to think of like who else I did and didn't like. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, my only thing, if I had to give one complaint, is I would have liked to see more of the side characters do stuff like that. That's probably it for me. I loved this movie. It's so stupid that it has a special place in my heart.
I love how they gave Penguin his actual fucking penguin army. It was great.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The army of fucking gorillas, or not gorillas, of little monkeys. Like,
yeah.
Man, it's all of it is so enjoyable.
I'm gonna say watch the sub instead of the dub, because the dub doesn't have the sub doesn't have the lip syncing thing. If that bothers you. Also, none of the English voice actors are like particularly any. Oh, what was it with Batman? Yeah, they're serviceable, but like they're not like you're not hearing Mark Hamill do the Joker or anything. They're not like voice actors that you would really care about or like would recognize. Like maybe you might remember their voices, but they're not like anything special. But at least with the dub, with the sub, you get Gorilla Grodd as Dio. Or Dio is no, it's Dio as Gorilla
ask
Grodd.
a question.
Huh? Yeah, I was about to ask.
You started that off like you were gonna ask something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Shit, I was gonna ask. Fuck. Keep going while I try and remember this.
All right. I don't know, George. You got anything you want to say? You want to add on, like that we haven't talked about?
Man, Gorilla Grodd, he was really good. I like seeing him in good shit. He's one of my favorite DC villains. It's good seeing him.
I had a question.
Yeah.
Was that fucking Bane, or was that a guy Joker just?
Bruh, I don't know. I think it was supposed to be Bane because he had the Venom things coming out of his back. So, I'm gonna assume it was Bane. That's all I'm gonna assume. Kind of sad they didn't have my dude Scarecrow there, but you know they have like a nod to him.
That's
for a second.
They do win.
It's like I think when Joker starts getting his insanity back, they like cut away and there's like a Scarecrow with like a target on him. I forgot exactly when in the film, but it's there.
I mean, maybe that's a thing, but they were also farmers. But all right. Yeah, my question was
go either way.
Anyway, maybe if the Scarecrow had like a unique design, but what I was gonna ask is, what the fuck was up with Batman's chin? That shit was.
Oh, what are you talking about?
You guys didn't notice all the times when it was super fucking like not. It looked weird and like huge in a bunch of shots, like when he was talking.
Looks like
Huh?
It looked like a chin. I didn't notice anything.
I didn't think of anything of it. If I did think of anything of it, it was so minuscule because there's so much dumb shit to pay attention to in that movie.
I mean, no, it was during like the quieter scenes where he's just talking, and they would have shots like full forward-facing shots, and his chin is like 3 times the size of the rest, or not. It's like 1/3 of his head. Just the way the art was done and the design was done, it looked bad. I was hoping you guys would have noticed. But
nope.
That's great. I've been waiting all fucking week to ask that question because I wanted to talk about it.
No, talk to me about the giant dumb Batman that was made of like monkeys and bats.
I appreciated that it was the
anime
Batman
in one image.
So much rabies. What do you mean by anime Batman? Let me look at that again.
That is the Batman from the Batman
looks like
manga.
1950s anime to me.
Yeah, I'd go with
1950s Batman is blue, not black.
Anyway, yeah, it looks like 1950s to like 19.
It's explicitly the
40s or whatever. I don't know.
It's not.
Like early Batman.
It's the manga Batman. What are you talking about? You guys.
Why
have
are you
seen...
saying manga Batman?
Because there was a Batman manga or like anime. What was it the anime? Was it an anime or? Oh, it might have been an anime. Hold on.
I'm gonna look this up and I'm gonna call you the fuck out if it's just based off the old Batman.
It's a very distinct design and like the way the ears are pointed and everything.
I wish I could pull this shit up. Because when I first saw it, my first thing was like, oh my god, they're going for classic Batman.
It's Japanese Batman.
I'm looking up manga Batman, and he literally looks almost just like 1950s Batman.
Oh, hold on. I'm having to find it. Fuck. There is a very specific. Yeah, here it is. This kind of works.
Post it.
All right, I'm gonna post it in like general. It's not the exact image I'm looking for, but it's kind of close.
I'm sorry, fans.
Fans. Forgot. I forgot we have fans. Yeah. Again, that's not the exact image. That one's a little bit closer.
All right. What else can we bring up? I don't know, man. I feel like the first thing I saw was like, that's how they're doing your boy Damien. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. Good.
Yeah. Why is like that was my thought. Like why is this has to be Damien? This is clearly Damien based on the other characters around him. But why is Damien acting like a fucking shonen protagonist?
That's
He was
based
more
off of classic
innocent than he
Batman.
should have acted.
James.
What?
That's based off of classic Batman, James.
What is based off of classic Batman? Damien?
Everything in this picture you're showing me. No. When you posted.
But it is
Even down to the Batmobile.
Okay, but it's a distinct.
Where did he post it?
I posted
It's
it in
James,
general.
so James, let's just say they were like, I like this era of Batman, and they modeled it after that. Are you
Holy
still saying
shit.
that it's not? You know what? Never mind. I'm not
If
even.
it is,
I'm not
if
even
it is
gonna-
a distinct design,
Shit.
if it is a
Do you
distinct,
even remember what the classic Batman looks like?
Holy
Answer that before
shit,
anything else.
This nigga's
the
retarded.
1950s Batman?
Please forgive me, fans, if you're offended by the term retarded. I just like using it on this dumbass. Continue.
Yeah, I do. Like, are you referring to the show or the fucking cartoon?
No,
Because
James.
that's absolutely not 1950s Batman. Because one, this is a blue costume, where the one in the movie
No, he
is
became
black.
blue later, right?
Well, I'm only seeing blue, and I typed 1950s Batman.
I mean,
Listen,
he
this
never
is gonna
had
take
the yellow
super fucking
insignia
long.
on his chest either, so...
It's gonna take super fucking long. I don't even want
You
to.
know what did have the yellow insignia? The Japanese Batman that I just showed you. It's the Japanese
I said
Batman.
it didn't, you dumb fuck!
Nope. You're fucking
When he
idiot.
turned
It's
It's not. It's not 1950s Batman. It's the Japanese Batman.
James.
It's this
James,
design explicitly. What? No, I'm not
We're gonna
talking to
end
you,
up
Claude.
screaming
I'm
at
talking
each
to
other.
George. I'm talking to George.
Oh,
George, don't even respond to him anymore. Y'all.
Why are y'all so
thank you for
dumb? I
listening to
showed you the
podcast.
image.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. We'll be back again next week, and hopefully won't be screaming at each other.
God.
You have any final words
Make
for
no
them,
promises.
George?
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening in and send in more questions.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
send in your
Fine.
questions. If you want to call James a dumb cunt, send in your email to officialdadcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you want to tell George and Claude that they're both super wrong and it's the Japanese Batman, send your email to officialdadcast@gmail.com.